Okay everybody, in this video I want to go over how I never run out of ideas for content. And I primarily focus on X, LinkedIn, newsletter, then YouTube. This can be applied to any content channel, but a lot of people, the mistake they make is they think they can just go ChatGPT, and there are prompts that you can use to continually generate ideas, and I might record that. But I think without doing this one thing, you're going to make a huge mistake and you're going to be all over the place and you're not going to get out of content what you really want to get out of. So I'm going to take you through what I've developed that I look at before I go to ChatGPT, before I start writing online, before I do anything. I have this North Star that I've built that basically influences all my decisions for how I'm going to write content and how they all really work together. And I want to take this through. I want you to pull up a Miro board. You can build yours alongside mine while I do it. Just pause the video, get a Miro board up, get a blank document, whatever you want to use. But we're going to build this together. I'm going to take you exactly through mine, tell you my methodology, why I did it, what each thing means, how to do it yourself. And this is going to be a step-by-step video for you to build your own personal branding hub that anytime you go to write content, you're going to be able to pull this up and you're never going to run out of ideas. And you're going to see how this plays into your day-to-day, your goals, how to increase revenue, all the things that building a business through content goes. So let's get into it. So right here is my personal branding hub. And as you can see right here, I have my four main resources: X, LinkedIn, newsletter, YouTube. And we're actually going to go around the horn here. And for me, everything starts on X. The good thing about X is you can test ideas, you can do content. And then I go around, and as I post on this platform, it goes to LinkedIn, which gets turned into a newsletter, which then influences my YouTube ideas. And so a lot of people take one channel and they think, I got to come up with something for this, I got to come up with something for that. But really I start on X, and as you can see, 355,000 followers. I have my stuff optimized. I'll go through that in another video. But right here, there's really three types of posts that I focus on. And you can go through this and you can create your own three categories. But when you're writing content, you want to focus on authority, authenticity, and lead generation, because you want to establish yourself as the person that solves the specific problem in your niche. Then you want to be a relatable person. So I can't tell you the number of sales calls that I've gotten on and people are like, man, I feel like I already know you because you post about your life. And we'll go through that. And then lead generation post. And I always tell people it's really easy to fall into the trap of, well, if I want leads, I should only post lead generation posts. And the thing about it is you shouldn't, because then you'll start asking so much that it will turn into white noise and your audience will just stop listening to you. So you should not do that. So what I do here from an authority standpoint, I start with status quo critique. So my industry is building content. Let's say your industry is B2B lead gen, or maybe you're a marketing agency or anything like that. I write down, hey, what are like the status quo and how I can critique that. So right now, a big thing in content is like, do you use ChatGPT? I can write an entire post about how ChatGPT plays into content creation. How do you use visuals inside of it? I can do this. Maybe in B2B lead gen, what's the difference between cold and warm outreach? How do you do both of those? What platform do you use for lead gen? Do you use attribution? So you basically want to find those status quo things and add your own authority and critique to it. Projection post is basically, how do you see this thing working? For content, how do I see content playing into founder-led brands? I can go into that post. I can do short tweets, long tweets, State of the Union. How do I see content right now? Tactical how-tos. Here's the steps it takes to do this. You can literally copy these right here onto your personal brand hub. For authenticity, I love both from a founder standpoint and a personal standpoint. Team achievement. So if somebody on our team does something incredible, gets featured, something like that, I can shout them out on social. Company values. I think value-driven content. Our number one principle at Legacy Builder is unreasonable hospitality, right? And so I talk about that through my content, and I drip those values throughout it. Huge family, girl dad right there on my bio. Talk about my girls, talk about my relationship with my wife, talk about things I'm struggling with. And I think the more authentic and vulnerable you can be in your content, the more relatable you can be to your audience. I talk about my childhood. If there's a big win, I take Slack screenshots. That could also fit into authority as well. And sometimes with authenticity, like if we're joking in the chat or there's something that our team's doing, I'll take a screenshot screenshot of that as well. Celebrations and milestones. Maybe I just got another year under my belt as a founder. Maybe something huge happened in our company. Authentic struggles. And this goes back to it. Like maybe I'm struggling with being present. Maybe I'm struggling with a financial situation. Maybe I'm struggling with a tool that I want to use. And then daily one-offs. A perfect example of this is I was having an issue with a calendar software the other day, and I posted about it on Twitter, and I actually got a good amount of leads from it because a lot of the other founders in my network were struggling with the same thing. They visited my profile, saw that I did content, reached out, and we're having calls scheduled. So from a lead generation standpoint, I like to do these once a week, or if I'm in a really big growth season, maybe twice a week. Case studies, client videos, podcasts that I'm on, lead magnets, solving a specific pain point that my clients are going through or potential prospects, and then targeted campaigns. Maybe I want to attack B2B SaaS founders. Maybe I want to attack colleges and universities. Like if I'm going to target a specific segment and I want to create content around that specific pain point, I'll start writing content around that, testing it on X. Once this resonates on X, I'll start posting. I then go to LinkedIn. And so my X content goes over to LinkedIn. And visuals are doing really well on LinkedIn. So I have the content that I create gets turned into visuals or a long form post on LinkedIn. And then I also have, there's such thing as called borrowed authority. So I have a list of people that are in my network that I look up to, that I agree with their values, I agree with their principles. And me and my team actually go and create great graphics that go around the things that are doing. Like this is LinkedIn Insights to Boost Your Business. That's from me. I got Neil here with 10 proven ways to increase conversions. Simon Sinek versus Adam Grant. So like we go down these lists and you can actually like siphon authority from people in your niche, in your vertical, and create content around that. And what that does for your brand is it puts you in the same light as them. And then when your profile's optimized, when everything's clicking, it gives you more views, gives you more profile traction, and gives you more conversions in the long run. And so really focus on having a visual identity on LinkedIn, right? You want to be able to go to a LinkedIn. If I go to my LinkedIn right now and I go to my profile, you can see a mix of interviews and visuals, posts, things from leadership content, job announcements, all these different things and ways I'm really building that authority up to get people to scroll and then ultimately click on my LinkedIn profile, read about what I do, sign up for my newsletter, sign up for my resource, contact me, visit my website. We want all these sections optimized, right, for what we're doing. And so same thing with Twitter. When I go to Twitter, I want people coming to my page. I want all this stuff optimized. I want my resource right here to get more emails. I want my website optimized for people to get on it. And all these things that we're doing, I never have to worry about what to write because I'm following a process. When I sit down to write, I pull up the personal brand hub. Okay, so now we've gone through X, we've gone through LinkedIn. Now my best content from X and LinkedIn gets shipped to my team and we turn that into newsletters. Newsletter looks the same across the thing. We have partnerships with people that sponsor our newsletter. And this goes into a strategic call to action. So I send these things, goes through the list. I haven't created a new piece of content to this point. I've literally started on X, validated ideas, went to LinkedIn, did what was working on LinkedIn, turned those into newsletters. I'm nurturing my audience through multiple touch points, but my brand message is staying the same throughout the entire thing. And then the beautiful thing is, once I get done with that, I go down here and I can turn these things into ideas for my YouTube channel. So my long form on X, my proven concepts on LinkedIn, my newsletters get turned into YouTube videos. So now I'm hitting people from different modalities. And you can see here that when you go to sit down, if you're going to try ChatGPT, Claude, whatever you're going to use, you need to have this North Star document. So what I suggest is you go through this, create your own Miro board or any tool that you want to use, have your things here. So when you sit down, you have this pulled up and you know exactly what you need to get done. And then you can really get started on writing content, different things like that.